We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service.
This is a presentation of the B&B Sports Broadcasting Network. Pitch. Mosby puts a charge into it. Right center field at the wall, looking up. Goodbye. And that's a two-run dong for Ryan Mosby.
Hi, this is Jason Finetti, play-by-play announcer for ESPN Regional Television, and you're listening to B&B Sports Broadcasting Network.
Ball is hit well right up the middle. A diving stop. They will keep it from going into the outfield, but not able to pop up and make a stop.
This is Matt Andrews, voice of the Louisville Bats, and you're listening to B&B Sports Broadcasting Network.
It's a ground ball. Whitlock has it. He's going to flip to Guerra, touch the base. And that is it, folks. I didn't mention it, but Javier Guerra has just pitched his first, I'm sure it's his first collegiate no-hitter. In the air, it's going to be in shallow right field. Another play for Williams.
There we go. Drew Beckman comes up big. Line drive single right up the middle to score Whitlock.
Now to Tim Ryan on the B&B Sports Broadcasting Network.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to BBSN, the B&B Sports Broadcasting Network. BBSN is your live local link to Louisville area high school athletic stream via the internet. My name's Tim Bryan. I'll be your host, and I'm partnered today with my youngest son, Brandon Bryan. Our game today is coming to you live from Thurman Hutchins Field, just off the majestic banks of the Ohio River, off River Road, the home of Trinity High School baseball, and features the visiting DeSales Colts and the home team, Trinity Shamrocks. Trinity is currently ranked in the most recent currently ranked number 2 in the most recent True Rank Top 25. First, for visiting DeSales Colts, they are currently ranked 8-7, 3-1 in the region. The Colts are 4-2 over their last 6 games. DeSales has posted wins over Oldham County 4-0. They blanked Western 24-0. Grace Christian Academy, they won that contest 19-5, and then they beat Iroquois by a score of 12-0. The 2 losses were to Brentwood Academy and to Collins, and Collins was their most recent game. On Thursday night, the DeSales Colts faced the Collins Titans in what proved to be an old-fashioned pitcher's duel. Alec Brothers started on the mound and pitched 5 strong innings, giving up 2 runs on just 3 hits, walking 1 and striking out 4. Mitch Soroman pitched 2 scoreless innings in relief. He walked 2 and struck out 1. Offensively, the Colts were led by Mitch Soroman and Alec Brothers, each chipping in with 2 hits. Soroman also tallied the only team's RBI. The Colts are led by T.J. Cataldo. Coach Cataldo is entering his 3rd season at the helm of the DeSales Colts. For the home team, Trinity Shamrocks are 13-3-2, and they're 1-0 in the region. The Shamrocks are 2-3 through their last 5 contests. The 2 wins over Zionsville, Indiana, and PRP. Brandon Fault got the baseball for Trinity and threw 6 shutout innings, silencing the Panthers' bats with an overwhelming slider. Center fielder Matt Higgins went 1 for 3 at the plate, scored twice, and drove in 3 runs. The Shamrocks are coached by a second-year head coach, Rick Arnold. Last season, the Colts and the Shamrocks battled once, and on that night, it was the Colts 4 and the Shamrocks 3. Going to take just a... Got to wet my whistle here before I go into the starting lineups. Starting lineups tonight are brought to us by Salsarita's Fresh Cantina. First for the visiting DeSales Colts. Leading off, playing second base, is senior number 6, Mitch Soroman. At shortstop, batting second, senior Alec Brothers. Designated hitter tonight for the Colts, number 27, Drew Smith. Catching, batting cleanup, number 9, Sam Newkirk. The left fielder batting in the 5th spot, number 8, Dustin Hollenkamp. At first base, batting 6th, number 12, William Scheiss. The right fielder batting 7th, number 22, Grant Thompson. The center fielder tonight, Alex Schneider. He's batting in the 8th spot. And rounding out the Colts batting order is third baseman, number 5, Gilly Simpson. On the mound tonight for the Colts is senior Braden Rechtenwald. So once again for the Colts, it's Soroman, Brothers, Smith, Newkirk, Hollenkamp, Scheiss, Thompson, Schneider, and Simpson. And pitching once again is Braden Rechtenwald. For the home team, Trinity Shamrocks, leading off and catching is junior number 2, Ben Metzinger. In center field, batting second, number 10, Matthew Higgins. The first baseman batting third, number 17, Mike Blair. Batting cleanup, playing third base, number 27, Brandon Fott. The right fielder batting batting 5th, number 32, A.J. Arnold. The designated hitter batting 6th, number 1, Dylan Byerly. At shortstop batting 7th, number 7, Clayton Melbeyer. At second base batting 8th is number 3, Jared Bryant. And batting 9th for the Shamrocks is left fielder number 9, Noah Bauer. On the mound for the Trinity Shamrocks, it's Brody Heil. Brody has a record of 4-1. In 27 innings pitched, he struck out 17, walked 12, and has a 2.71 ERA. So once again for the Shamrocks, Metzinger, Higgins, Blair, Fott, Arnold, Byerly, Melbeyer, Bryant, and Bauer. And pitching is Brody Heil. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I'll bring in the number 2 man in today's broadcast, my younger son Brandon Bryan. We'll share a little bit of his memories as he played his high school baseball at Trinity High School and then went on to play at Western Kentucky and St. Joe's College. We'll be right back in about 60 seconds. This is Tim Bryan and Brandon Bryan with you on the B&B Sports Broadcasting Network.
Circle K is known around the world for offering busy consumers a wide variety of quality products and services in a fast, friendly, and clean environment. For more than 50 years, Circle K has been one of North America's most popular and successful operators of convenience stores. Today, there are more than 3,300 Circle K stores across the U.S. and 35 here locally. Your neighborhood Circle K features an award-winning brand of premium Circle K coffee and Polar Pops. Circle K, fast, friendly service.
Framing Express, framing your awards, certificates, jerseys, and sports memorabilia. 5 locations in the Louisville area: 9810 Shelbyville Road, 1 block east of Hurstbourne Lane, 3910 Bardstown Road in Mutual, 291 North Hubbards Lane in the Woodlawn Shopping Center, 1741 Bardstown Road in the Highlands, and 2230 Holiday Manor in the Holiday Manor Shopping Center. For all your framing needs, framing what matters since 1973. Framing Express.
LDG develops, builds, renovates, and operates rental communities that serve the moderate-income individual. In the Louisville area, the woods of Glen Hill Manor and Valley Station, Overlook Terrace Apartments, off New Cut Road, and Whispering Woods Apartments in the Cane Run Road area. If you're looking for apartments in the Louisville area, contact LDG Development.
Let's face it, parents, your kid's gym bag stinks. Well, now there's Odor Gladiator. It's a patented, athlete-customized, high-performance deodorizer developed by parents for parents that battle stench in the most inhospitable of environments, that dank, dark sports equipment bag. Odor Gladiator is the perfect solution for all athletes and their families. Odor Gladiator tackles the stank of equipment-intensive sports such as hockey, lacrosse, and football. Unlike those wimpy shoe balls, bags of sooty carbon and chemical sprays and detergents requiring constant reapplication, Odor Gladiator is a patented fire and forget solution that safely battles odor for 50 days or more. To find out more and to find out how to get your hands on Odor Gladiator, check out our website at odorgladiator.com. That's odorgladiator.com.
Saucerita serves up all your fresh Mexican favorites: burritos, nachos, tacos, salads, and Mexican pizzas. Located in St. Matthews on North Hubbard's Lane, right behind the McDonald's in the Woodlawn Center. Sauceritas offers a unique, fresh Mexican, family-friendly, and casual dining experience. Stop by today and try one of their 3 signature saucy burritos: quesarito, rancherito, or tamarito. Sauceritas offers catering, so keep them in mind for your upcoming graduation, anniversary, or for any special event. Their catering hotline is 356-9468. That's Sauceritas Fresh Cantina. The largest physicians practice in Louisville, the University of Louisville Physicians announces the opening of new U of L Physicians geriatric practice, devoted entirely to the special needs of people 65 and over. A comprehensive approach to geriatrics that integrates caring for the medical, social, and mental health of older adults. It's the kind of care you'll find nowhere else in Kentuckyana. Located at the corner of Chestnut and Preston, offering convenient drop-off and wheelchair transports. For more information or to schedule an appointment, call 852-7449 or visit uoflphysicians.com. The LaborWorks customer list includes some of the biggest names in the business, from small and mid-sized businesses to Fortune 500 companies. LaborWorks can provide you with the labor you need. Although they specialize in industrial temporary labor, they service a broad spectrum of industries. In Louisville at 3206 Preston Highway, next to the fairgrounds, call 502-636-3444 or online at www.laborworksusa.com. LaborWorks, quality industrial temporaries.
Welcome back to the Thurman Hutchins Baseball Complex. Before we start down memory lane with Brandon, I just want to talk a little bit about our newest adventure, LouisvilleHighSchoolBaseball.com. If you haven't been to the site, take a moment and check it out. What we do is we chronicle the 6th and 7th and 8th regions. We have some podcasts posted there that we've done prior to the season. I actually did one with Coach Ryan Wheat, talked a little bit about the recruiting process and that transition from high school to college baseball. We also will post every Monday the True Rank Top 25, and that is something, actually not just besides the top 25, we rank on all the teams. So if your team's not in the top 25, you can still see where you rank with the other teams. It also shows the strength of schedule and a lot of other information. We also have a bunch of archive broadcasts there. So if you played baseball here in the Louisville area over the last 6 years, you might very possibly find an old broadcast that you participated in. You can follow us on Twitter. We are at LOUHSBBALL. If you want to follow me directly, I am at Tim Bryan, TIMBRIAN. And just one more thing I wanted to mention, if you're running late to the game and you know the game's going to be broadcasted on BBSN, you can pick it up on your iPhone, iPad, iPod, BlackBerry, or Android mobile device. All right, now it's time to welcome in the second member of our broadcast team today, my youngest son, Brandon Bryan. Brandon, how you doing today?
I'm doing well today. How about you?
I'm doing all right. Things have changed a little bit since you played baseball here at Trinity, has it not?
Yeah, they added the brick, the higher backstop. Field looks to be in very, very good shape. So it's changed a lot. They added the press box here as well. So and the concession stands new as well.
Yeah. It was kind of like old home week for you when you got here to the field today. You ran into one of your old coaches, one of your old summer ball coaches, one of your old college coaches, Ryan Wheat.
Yeah, ran into Ryan. He coached me at St. Joseph's College for 2 years, and then I was the head coach for the JV team my 5th year when I was there, and then I ran into to Jack Litchfield, who was here when I played at Trinity, with his son Corey. So it was good to see those guys.
Yeah. Okay, now you have a nickname for yourself now that you're no longer an athlete. Well, I can't say you're not an athlete. You're still athletic, but you're no longer a high school or college athlete. What's that? What's that?
When I was a 5th-year coach at St. Joe's, all the guys I played ball with would give me crap, and told me I was a NARP, which because I didn't play college sports anymore. So NARP is non-athletic regular person.
Okay,
so that's what I am now.
So when you burn through all your eligibility, you become a regular person.
You become a regular person. Yep.
All right.
At least in their eyes.
Okay. Well, this is the first game that you've done with me since. Well, I guess it's probably the first one you've done this season. You did quite a few with me last year. You had a change in your career job, so to speak. So it really limits your availability. But I tell you what, man, I'm really glad to have you here tonight, and we should see a pretty good game. DeSales, they're 8-7. I know you looked over their schedule, and they played some pretty good teams, and they played some pretty good teams pretty close, but come out on the losing end. And then the Trinity Shamrocks were in the Super Prep that was here locally a week or so ago. It brings a lot of out-of-state teams into the Louisville area, and they played some pretty tough teams. I know you were talking to Jack about that.
Yeah, I talked to Jack and Ryan. Ryan said that out of all the teams they faced out of state, they faced 5 number 1 pitchers from those other teams' staff, so they didn't see anyone but the best from all those other teams. So. But yeah, looking over this, they haven't lost to a team out of Kentucky yet this season, so that's huge.
Yep. That's all you got?
That's all I got.
All right. Well, if you're joining us late, I'm going to quickly go through the starting lineups for both teams. For the DeSales Colts, it's going to be Mitch Cerrone. He's playing second base, leading off, followed by Alec Brothers at shortstop. Drew Smith's the designated hitter. Behind the dish for the Colts is catcher Sam Newkirk. Left field, Dustin Hollenkamp. Batting sixth at first base is William Scheiss. The right fielder batting seventh is Grant Thompson. In center field batting eighth is Alex Schneider. The third baseman is Gilly Thompson, and on the bump for the Colts is going to be Braden Rechtenwald. For the Colts, it has been Metzmeyer catching and leading off. In center field, Matthew Higgins. First base is Mike Blair. At third, Brandon Fott. Right field, A.J. Arnold. Designated hitter is Dylan Byerly. Shortstop, Clayton Melbauer. The second baseman is Jared Bryant, and in left field is Noah Bauer. And the pitcher for Trinity,
second baseman, number 6, Mitch Cerrone.
And this is going to work out just perfect. The pitcher for Trinity is Brody Heil. Brody has a record of 4-1, 27 innings pitched, 17 Ks, 12 walks, and a 2.71 ERA. First pitch is right down the middle, coming in at 3:35, and it's a beautiful day at the ballpark, 82 degrees, mostly cloudy. And as you said earlier, Brandon, there's a swirling wind that's always here at Thurman Hutchins. Ball is hit to the second baseman. That is Jared Bryant. He'll throw over to first base to Mike Blair, and the first putout's going to go 4-3. And that's 1 up and 1 down in the top of the first.
Yeah, I remember when I was playing here, the wind, it was always a toss-up on whether it was going to be blowing in, out, across the field. You just had to be ready for whenever the ball went up in there.
Yeah, it kind of changes on every pitch here.
Yeah.
Okay, this is going to be shortstop Alec Brothers. Alec is a senior batting .316. She plays a shortstop and pitches for the Colts.
First pitch strike to the 2-hole, lead-off curveball.
And that pitch just off the plate. Count's going to be 1-1. Alex got 12 hits, 10 singles, 2 doubles, has 6 RBIs, has scored 12 times, 4 walks and 8 strikeouts. And the one thing, and we've talked about this before, Brandon, with the high school season, it seems to take forever to get here, but I mean, we're pretty much pretty close to halfway through this thing already, and it seems to be every year it creeps up on you, and then it seems to be over so doggone quickly.
You play a lot of games in a pretty short period of time. And whenever you have rainouts and stuff like that, it's kind of hard to reschedule since all the games are on top of each other.
Swing and a miss, strike 3,
now batting,
and Alec Brothers goes down for the second out.
27, Drew Smith.
That's going to bring up the designated hitter, sophomore Drew Smith. Smith batting .290. On the season, an equal number of walks and strikeouts at 7. And that pitch is inside and scoots behind the catcher. Drew has 9 hits, 5 singles, 3 doubles, 1 triple, 7 RBIs. The RBI leader on the team is Sam Newkirk. And I believe Sam also leads the team in home runs with 3. And if Smith is able to get on base, we'll see Sam. He's currently waiting in the on-deck circle. You're going to have to help me with the scoreboard there, Brandon. It's tough for me to see.
2-1.
2-1. All right. First inning action is brought to us by LDG Development. LDG, if you're looking for an apartment in the Louisville, LDG Development.
Two on fastball outside corner. Got a check swing, and he did go.
The 2-2 comes back with another breaking pitch, and he's rang up. That's 2 strikeouts of the number 2 and number 3 hitters for the Colts. Strikeout number 2 for Heil, and after a half inning of play, we have no score, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. For the Shamrocks, it'll be Metzinger, Higgins, and Blair. And while we have a minute, I'll give you some scores from yesterday. A lot of games played yesterday. It was Seneca 1, Atherton 2, Fern Creek blasted Wagner 15-1, Grayson County 3, North Bullitt 2. The Ballard Bruins continue their winning ways. It was 6-2 over the Butler Bears. Doss over Christian, over Portland Christian 15-2. Let's see. Bullitt East 11, West Jessamine 5. The Collins Titans 11, Owen County nothing. It was North Oldham 18, DuPont Manual 2. Pleasure Ridge Park, they started the season about a week and a half after everyone else, and they've been on a tear. It was the Panthers 4 and the Eastern Eagles 2. Shelby County 11, Henry County 2. And Mel Bulldogs, after reeling off 12 straight wins, I think they've dropped their last 2. They fell to Tate's Creek 3-2. And then it was a PRP 6 and Greenup County, who was actually number 1 in the most recent True Rank Top 25, won. So they beat the number 1 team 6-1. All right, leading off for the Shamrocks in the bottom half of the first inning, this is the catcher, Ben Metzmeyer. Metzmeyer, he's a junior, batting .339.
First pitch strike. Looked like he was taken right down the middle, it seemed.
Well, you were all over the batting order, and you finished your career as a leadoff hitter, and I know that you didn't like taking pitches, and you would sometimes come home and say the best pitches you saw all day were the ones that you were told to take.
Yeah, it was. I always had to take till I got a strike, no matter what. They wanted to see if he would show me anything else besides a fastball so they could kind of prepare for future at-bats.
That was a nice breaking ball. Big hopper to Alec Brothers at short. He makes the throw over, and a nice pick by Scheisse at first.
Now batting the center fielder, number 10, Matt
I'm going to score
Higgins.
that 6-3 for the first out, and that's going to bring up Matt Higgins, the center fielder. He's a senior, and he is has one of the loftier averages on this team. You made a comment, Brandon, that you said you thought the top 8 were batting over 400 or close to it.
Yeah.
That ball's hit well, and it's going to be hitting. Well, actually, it's not. It's out of here. That is a solo home run for Matthew Higgins.
Yeah, he hit the ball up in the air, and it almost looked like the right fielder was jogging towards it, and just kept carrying and carrying, and he looked even surprised that it went over as well.
All right, and not the first home run of the year for Higgins. This is actually number 4.
Now batting the first baseman, number 17, Michael Blair.
With nobody on and 1 out, it'll bring up the first baseman, senior Michael Blair. Blair batting .327. Blair 17 hits on the season, 10 singles, 3 doubles, 1 triple. He too has 3 home runs, 18 RBIs to his credit. 6 walks and 8 strikeouts.
2-1.
So as a pitcher, if you're going to give up a home run, the time to do it is in the early innings. It gives your team a lot of time to get back in the game, but you also have to be mentally tough and be able to come back and refocus after giving up the long ball.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's one mistake can change a game, but if you don't have anyone else on base, then it makes it a lot easier to come back from.
Popped up in the center field, Schneider retreating, and the ball gets behind him. And we saw that a couple times in the JV game earlier. Balls were just, moving out there in center field, and they were being misread, and not necessarily the wrong route, but just not adjusting to that change of flight in the air.
The wind seems to be blowing fairly hard out to right center field, and he got the ball up in there again. And
now batting the third baseman, number 27.
Whenever you see a outfielder go from a light jog to a full sprint, that's never a good sign.
That's not a good thing. Yep. That's going to bring up third baseman, number 27, Brandon Fott. He's a senior. Brandon, another one of these Shamrock hitters. He's batting .409. Waits on the curveball, but fouls it off. Fott, 10 singles, 8 doubles, 2 home runs, 16 RBIs. Has 18 walks and 12 strikeouts. Has not been plunked yet this season. Looks at a breaking pitch, strike 2. Catcher sets up off the plate. That's where the pitch is delivered, but the umpire does not call it a strike.
Okay, goes in the other batter's box. He's set up way out there.
1-2. I think I can see it now.
Okay. Oh.
Wow. Right on the outer part of the plate.
Now
Just
right
catches the black, and that's the first strikeout
Arnold.
for Rechtenwald.
I remember this umpire when I was playing high school baseball and summer league ball. He has a larger strike zone, that's for sure.
Well, if it stays consistent, that's no big deal.
As long as you know that starting out, that's not a big deal as a hitter, but once it changes, it's kind of...
That pitch a little lower and a little bit more outside. This is the right fielder, A.J. Arnold Jr., batting .362.
Up in there.
Up in the air toward left field. The left fielder is kind of circling and heading towards center, and he is going to make the grab, and that's going to be the third out here in the top of the first inning.
One thing I haven't really seen yet is kind of one of the first things they teach you when you have such high winds. It's always easier to come toward the ball, especially when it's way up in the air. You just have to make sure you're several steps behind. You know, you always want to catch the ball coming through. You never want to catch it flat-footed, and that's one of the things that you're seeing with these first few balls hit to the outfield is they're playing to get to it and catch it, not get behind it and come through. And that seems to be one of the issues why the ball's been traveling so far on them. So.
All right. Well, that's a great observation there, Brandon. All right, half-inning totals. There was 1 run off of 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 man left on base after a half inning of play. It's the Shamrocks 1 and the Colts 0. And we talked a little bit about the True Rank Top 25, and I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go through the top 10 here while we have a moment. In the number 1 spot, it was Greenup County, followed by Trinity, St. Xavier at 3, Tates Creek 4, Campbell County at 5, Scott County at 6, Lexington Catholic at 7. It was the Mel Bulldogs at 8, followed by Madison Central at 9, and Somerset at 10. And a couple broadcasts coming up on the B&B Sports Broadcasting Network. On Monday, we're going to be at DeSales. It'll be a 6 p.m. start. They'll be hosting the Manual Crimsons. And then we'll be back at Mel High School. And this should be a really good game. A 6 p.m. start at Mel on Tuesday, April the 25th. They're going to be hosting the St. Xavier Tigers. Be 4, 5, and 6 for the Colts. This is the catcher, Sam Newkirk. Newkirk's a junior. Wow, nice pitch right there. count 1 ball and 1 strike. And you, when you spoke with Jack or Coach Littrell before the game, did he give you any idea how they were going to go about this pitching-wise today?
Yeah.
Ground ball to the first baseman.
He said that they have a pretty big game on Monday. They're playing
Now batting, the
St. Xavier.
Number 8,
So with the new
Hollenkamp.
pitching rules they have now, he still wants to have all his pitchers available when they play them. So it's going to be kind of a piecemeal. You're going to see several different pitchers tonight so they can save arms for Monday.
All right. With 1 man down, it's the left fielder Dustin Hollenkamp at the plate. Hollenkamp batting .405, and he's a senior. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Just to give you a little bit about the layout here at Thurman Hutchins, down the line it's 330, and the power alley's 375. Straightaway center field it's 395. Tries to hold up but cannot. That is the 3rd strikeout for Heil.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 12, William Scheitz.
If I have a chance, well, if I have the time to do it, I'll give you the Shamrocks defense from 3rd to 1st. It's Fott, Melbauer, Bryant, and Blair. The outfield left to right is Bauer, Higgins, and Arnold, and the battery is Heil and Metzinger.
First pitch curveball in the dirt to lead off this next batter here.
Outside 2-0. He's doing a really good job. He's mixing up his pitches, working both sides of the plate.
I like his tempo. Not much downtime. It's really, besides this last batter here, he's been really attacking and going at him early.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 22, Grant Thompson.
2-out walk issued to Scheitz, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Grant Thompson. Thompson's a senior, batting .314. If you're joining us late, it was a 1-2-3 inning for Heil, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. This inning, it's been a ground out by Newkirk, a strikeout of Hollenkamp, a free pass to Scheitz, and this is the right fielder, Grant Thompson. He's really trying to attack the lower part of the strike zone.
I don't blame him with the way the wind's blowing out. It makes quite a bit of sense right now.
Short lead at first, a check of the runner. Comes home and still pounding that lower outside part of the strike zone. Is that 2-2 or 3-2?
3-2, 2 outs.
All right, count is full.
Runner should be going.
Payoff pitch from Heil. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is the 4th strikeout for Brody Heil over these first 2 innings.
No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. Our score heading to the bottom of the 2nd inning is Trinity 1, DeSales.
All right, so after an inning and a half of play, the score is going to remain the Shamrocks 1 and the Colts nothing, but coming to bat, it's going to be 6, 7, and 8 for the Colts. Dylan Byerly, Clayton Melbauer, and Jared Bryant. And those half-inning totals, there were no runs off no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We'll be right back with you. This is Tim Bryan and Brandon Bryan with you on the B&B Sports Broadcasting Network.
Are you looking for a unique, fresh Mexican, family-friendly, and casual dining experience? Then look to Saucerita's Fresh Cantina. 2 locations, one in St. Matthews on North Hubbard's Lane right behind the McDonald's and the Woodlawn Center. In Middletown, 12915 Shelbyville Road in front of the Walmart Target. Stop by today and try one of their 3 saucy burritos, the quesarito, the rancherito, or tomarito, and keep them in mind for your upcoming derby or graduation party because they do cater. Contact their Fiesta hotline. That is 356-9468. Or you can contact Dave Spelker directly at 387-0929. Saucerita's Fresh Cantina.
All right, welcome back. It's the Shamrocks and the Colts, and the Shamrocks in an early 1-0 lead. And leading off the bottom half of the second inning, it's junior Dylan Byerly. Count to Dylan, 1 ball and 1 strike. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shamrock sent to the plate in the bottom of the first inning. A home run by Matthew Higgins, his 4th of the year. And then a triple by Mike Blair. He got as far as 3rd, but was able to get no further after a strikeout of Brandon Fott and pop out by A.J. Arnold to left field to end the inning. Way outside. Again, I didn't hear you.
I just don't understand that pitch. I mean, if you're close, it's one thing, but if you're halfway through the other batter's box, it's just a waste.
Well, you know, as a catcher, and you did that for a while too, when you start reaching outside of your shin guards on either side, you're not going to be able to fool the umpire and get that call too many times.
Well, it's a lot in your setup anyway, so if you're set up and the other batter's box stripe is right down the center and you catch it there, it's not a strike. You got to at least, you know, you're trying to help your pitcher out as much as you can.
Full count?
Yep.
And another pitch spoiled, out of play.
Especially with the new pitching rules. I mean, you waste 1 or 2 pitches for every hitter, you're not going to go very deep into a game.
No. It's a high hopper to the third baseman across the diamond, and a nice snag over there at first base by Scheisse. That's Simpson to Scheisse, 5-3. And that's out number 1 in the bottom of the second inning. Now to bring up shortstop Clayton Melbauer. Clayton's a senior, batting .379. Melbauer with 9 singles, has 1 double, 1 home run, 6 ribbies. Has walked 10 times and struck out 14. And the first pitch out of the zone for a ball. And that pitch, he pumps it inside. The count now knotted up at 1.
Quite a few people here.
Yeah,
actually.
Well, it's one of the first really nice, nice days of the season.
Oh.
Must have got a piece of it because it looked like he did offer for it.
Yeah. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
It's a gorgeous day. This is one of these days when I go into work on Monday. I'm going to have a lot of people in there asking for sunscreen.
Yeah.
Ooh, in the dirt and blocked up nicely. He swung at it and missed, and the put out will go 2-3. Nice piece of work behind the plate for Newkirk.
Number 3, Jared Bryant.
Strikeout number 2 for Rechtenwald. Put out will go 2-3, and that's out number 2, and it'll bring up the sophomore second baseman, Jared Bryant.
Both pitchers, man, they're going right after it. It's going to make this for a very well-paced game.
Well, yeah, that's one thing I was going to say. I like how both pitchers are working. They get the ball, get their sign, and they're ready to go.
Yeah.
One popped in the air, up for grabs between left and center. The left fielder comes in and makes the play. That's Dustin Hollenkamp, and that is out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. After 2 complete innings of play, it's the Shamrocks 1 and the Colts nothing. This is Tim, Brian, and Brandon. Brian with you on the B&B Sports Broadcasting Network.
Are you looking for a unique, fresh Mexican, family-friendly, and casual dining experience? Then look to Saucerita's Fresh Cantina. 2 locations, one in St. Matthews on North Hubbard's Lane right behind the McDonald's and the Woodlawn Center. In Middletown, 12915 Shelbyville Road in front of the Walmart Target. Stop by today and try one of their 3 saucy burritos, the quesarito, rancherito, or tamarito, and keep them in mind for your upcoming derby or graduation party because they do cater. Contact their Fiesta hotline. That is 356-9468, or you can contact Dave Spelker directly at 387-0929. Saucerita's Fresh Cantina.
All right, welcome back. Third inning action is brought to us by Saucerita's Fresh Cantina. Saucerita serves up all your fresh Mexican favorites. Burritos, nachos, tacos, salads, and Mexican pizzas. 2 locations in the Louisville area, 1 in St. Matthews and 1 in Middletown. This is the center fielder, Alex Snyder, leading off the bottom half of the 3rd inning. 1-0 ball game. Shamrocks in the early lead. Go ahead, Brandon.
It's a new pitcher.
What's his number?
14, 12, Price Adams.
Price Adams?
Yeah.
All right.
Number 12.
New pitcher for the Shamrocks, Price Adams. And that's a little nubber to the second baseman, played well by Jared Bryant.
Now batting the 3rd baseman, number 5, Gilly Simpson.
And to the number 9 batter we go for the Colts. It's 3rd baseman, number 5, Gilly Simpson. Price Adams has a record on the mound of 1-1, 20.67 innings pitched. Let's see, struck out 29 and given up 17 hits, walk 14.
ERA of 3.73.
And Jack's true to his word.
Yep. I think he said he didn't want him throwing more than 25 to 50 pitches. I guess that's what the rule is, right? No more than...
I don't have the breakdown with me, but yeah, after you hit so many pitches, you have to have a full day's rest.
Gotcha. I didn't have that when I played.
No, this is the first year they've done that.
Okay.
All right, with a count of 3-1, Gilly Simpson draws a 1-out walk, and that'll put the speedy Simpson at first base.
Now batting the second baseman,
And roll the
number
Colt
6,
lineup
Mitch
over
Soroman.
and bring up Mitch Soroman. Soroman grounded out to second his first time up.
That's pretty quick.
Yes, Roman and Brothers and Simpson were all big contributors to the Colts football this season.
He's pretty quick to home plate. I don't think he's going to be going on anything other than off-speed pitches.
Out of play, 1-1.
Does it say how many bases he has stolen this year? I don't think it has it listed on the...
Let me see. No, it does not.
Okay.
When I get the stats from the coaches, it's on a spreadsheet that's about 3 feet wide, so I got to kind of combine it down to what I can print down and readily retrieve. Breaking pitch wide of the mark, 2-1.
Seen a lot of off speed from him early.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with the crowd here. That's the cool thing about Trinity. You can sit behind the plate, you can sit on the berm. And I agree, the field is in really, really good shape. 3-1 with a runner on first.
There he goes.
One down, the runner goes. The pitch is low. And that's back-to-back walks.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 3, Alex Brothers.
He's been staying pretty low, too. I wouldn't be surprised to see a possible double play ball here.
Well, Alec handles the bat real well, and watched him execute a beautiful push bunt to the first base side there in no man's land the other night. So that's a possibility here. Or you can do that. Hard hit ground ball to the third baseman. Both runners will advance. And Brothers gets down the line in a hurry. He's a defensive back on the football team. And an infield, error, you think?
No.
Was it misplay? You can give him an error? Okay,
yeah. Okay. One hopper. He really had to rear back and throw that one. He's so safe. He's got some speed over there.
Yes, he does. E5.
Bases loaded here with 1 out.
And you have your designated hitter, Drew Smith, at the plate. Smith struck out back in the first inning.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 27.
Seems like a pretty big boy here, especially with how the wind's going. I wouldn't be surprised if he just tries to put it up in the air and score this runner from third.
And knot the game up. Outside. And not really close.
2 balls, no strikes. I'm absolutely
sitting on a fastball.
Yes, sir. And he got it.
Yeah.
Oh, below.
Yeah.
3-0. Think he's taking here, or do you think he's?
Well, I think I'd have him take 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
Inside. All right. Bases loaded walk. Got a 1-1 game here.
Now batting, the catcher, number 9, Sam Newkirk.
Third walk issued in the inning by Adams. Tie ball game, and each one of the base runners are going to move up 90 feet. Soroman at third, Brothers now at second, Drew Smith at first, and with the speed of Brothers, something in the green of the outfield, and that's going to be 2 Colt runs. Corners pinched in, the middle infield double play depth. Outfield seems a little shallow, doesn't it?
Yeah, I too. I guess they're trying to cut down the run.
Strike 1.
Anything in the air, though, I mean, that's
well, it's an
hard
adventure.
hit. It's clearing 3.
Yeah. Rolling the dice here. Blocked up nicely. Now, didn't you say that there were a couple kids on this Shamrocks team that have already committed to Louisville?
Yeah, I don't know the names. I know one of them is the catcher.
Yeah.
He's a junior, I believe.
Yeah, Ben Metzinger.
And then I think the starting pitcher's at Brody.
Brody Heil?
Brody Heil, yeah.
Yep.
He's a senior, I believe.
Yep. 3-1 or 2-1, Brandon?
2-1, 3.
In the air, right field, perfectly positioned. But like you said, Brandon, he was kind of on his back foot. He had to reset and throw, and he didn't have his momentum moving forward, and he's able to get that run scored from third.
As an infielder, you know, throwing off your back foot, I mean, you're very agile, you know. As an outfielder, you're making a 150, 200 plus foot throw, and there's no way, unless you just have a lightning bolt for an arm, that you're going to be able to do that.
Yeah, it's not a lot of Yasiel Puigs.
No. My favorite was Vladdy, watching him throw.
Oh, yeah. Dustin Hollenkamp's the batter. Struck out his first time up back in the second inning. Blocked up nicely. Really good footwork by Metzinger.
He's got a pretty good catching coach over there.
Yeah, Ryan knows a thing or two about
he
catching.
Does.
All right, Coates on the corners. 2 outs.
I was talking about this earlier. If you're still allowed to do the first to third move, I'd be surprised if they don't pull a first to third move right here. Oh.
Well, you know, I've seen it done a blue million times, but I don't ever recall.
We've had it work a few times. Normally you set it up, you throw a pitch or two, and then they'll go back to it, especially if the pitcher's struggling. They're trying to pick an out somewhere off the corner.
Wow, nice pitch. Fastball right down the heart of the plate, and a swing and a miss. 2-1. Man, when the sun goes in, the scoreboard's much easier to see.
Can you see it off of your, no, you can't.
No.
Okay.
Off my feed?
Yeah.
No.
That's what I was looking for.
Wow.
Oh.
Nice breaking pitch. In a nice spot.
2-2 count.
2s across the board, as they say. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Might see a runner in motion here.
2 men on. Doubles up on the breaking pitch. Leaves that one a little high.
Oh,
wow. And that's going to end the inning.
For the Colts in the third.
A strikeout of Hollenkamp. That's strikeout number 1 for Adams, the 5th for the Shamrock pitching staff. Half-inning totals, there were 2 runs off of no hits. 1 error, 2 men left on base. After 2.5 innings of play, the score is now the DeSales Colts 2 and the Trinity Shamrocks 1. When we come back, well, actually, we're not going to come back. We're going to stay here, but it'll be 9-1-2 for the Shamrocks in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Some upcoming games for Trinity. Well, after today, they'll have a big one on Monday against the St. Xavier Tigers over at Slugger Field, I believe. Then they'll be back here at the friendly confines of Thurman Hutchins on the 17th. They'll be hosting Atherton, and then on the 19th, they'll be hosting the Mel Bulldogs. Upcoming games for the DeSales Colts. They will play DuPont Manual at home on Monday. That's a game you'll be able to see on the B&B Sports Broadcasting Network. Then they'll be on the road playing the Doss Dragons on the 18th, and then back home against Holy Cross, a 6 p.m. start on April the 19th. Noah Bauer, the left fielder, is going to lead it off for the Shamrocks here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Breaking pitch, fouled away. As I started earlier, Sauceritas has 2 locations, one in St. Matthews, one in Middletown, and they also cater for, and keep them in mind for your upcoming derby or graduation party. Their catering hotline is 356-9468. That is Sauceritas Fresh Cantina. Count even at 1.
Ooh.
It looks like he took something off of that, but it wasn't a breaking pitch. A
No.
change up, or?
It was just fastball inside,
Yeah.
low and in.
And that ball is hit sharply over the shortstop's head.
Digging for 2. Nice hustle.
Digging for 2, and he's there. Leadoff double by Bauer. But more importantly, it's going to roll the Shamrock lineup over and bring up the catcher, Ben Metzinger.
He did a really good job of going down in his legs and lifting that ball over the shortstop. It was a low pitch. It was a very good piece of hitting right there.
Hit sharply foul down the third base line. Have you had a chance to make it over at Patterson yet to
I have not.
see the Cardinals play?
No, they're absolutely killing it this year.
Well, I actually have some time off these next 2 weeks, and if they have an afternoon game or an early evening game this week, I'd like to try to head
Depends
over
on
there.
if I can
Yeah.
how my work schedule is, man.
Got to make money, man.
Uh,
The 1-1 way outside. 2-1.
oh. 3-1 for fun.
Out of
Big
play. That's
swing.
going to run the count full. Now, I was talking to the PA announcer here, and I was telling him about a kid that I saw from Meade County, and probably the hardest throwing pitcher I've seen all year. He was getting it up to the plate in a hurry. They had a radar gun on him. He was 87 to 91. His name was Will Bryan. Had 9 strikeouts, but his team lost.
Yeah, that's tough. That's you can pitch the best game ever, and if you, give up 1 error in the field or throw 1 bad pitch, it's
well, it was kind of a team effort on their part. They stranded 12 runners. That's a fair ball right down the line. That's going to score Bauer from second base. And as every mother screams from the stands, trade places, that's certainly what they did.
Yeah, down the line, it's
Now batting, the center fielder.
always
number 10,
extra bases written on it
Higgins.
unless your third baseman knocks it down somehow.
RBI by Metzinger.
You could see a couple more of those trading places with the top of their lineup coming up here.
Well, you know these fellas can hit just by looking at their averages. This guy's the one that rode one out of the field the last time up.
Yeah. And this time he's got a guy on second, so you know he's trying to drive the ball somewhere.
And Coach Wheat was your hitting coach at St. Joe's too, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. He does a lot with the hitters, and I saw him over here before the game working with their guys during BP. So he's a good hitting coach as well.
All right, 0-2. Checking the runner at second, coming home. Wide to the left. 1-2.
3 fastballs in a row. I wonder if he's trying to set up off speed here.
It could be, or maybe he's going to try to bust him inside.
Could be a mistake.
Could be. Noticed a lot of batters more than ever have that kind of open or semi-open stance pre-pitch. They close it up, and they say it gives them they're able to see the ball better with both eyes with that open stance. Turns on that one. First baseman gets it. He's going to have to make the play himself, and he is not. Probably saved a run, but the pitcher not covering. And an infield single by Higgins.
Tried to come in with the curveball. Pulled it right down there. Nobody there to cover. That's just a mental mistake right there.
Shamrocks on the corner, nobody out. One man in. This game is knotted up at 2.
I was going to say, I don't know how fast the runner is at first, but they want to keep from having 2 outs here on a double play ball, so you might see him.
Well, he is your center fielder.
Well, there you go.
I would think he can cover some ground.
Depending on how fast the pitcher is to the plate here.
Well, I think they're trying to sniff something out over there at first, a couple throwovers.
I think they're on too.
Yeah, I think they are. on to the Shamrock strategery.
Yeah. Oh, might have been ball. Yep.
Yeah. Did not come set for enough Mississippis.
It's one way to get the runner over.
Yeah.
Does that count as an RBI?
No.
Literally just
what an RBI anyway.
The guy on third scored.
Oh,
guy
yeah.
on first and third.
Yep. I doubt whether it is because a box a dead ball infraction, isn't it?
Yeah, but how did he get to home?
I don't know. I think that's something you need to look up between innings.
Do that. We have the technology.
Oh, right back at us. Count of 1-1. Skips
Good
away
read
from Newkirk. And a good ball in the dirt read by Higgins. He's going to scoot up 90 feet. He's now at third. Threatening to plate the third Shamrock run of the inning. Two-one, here's the pitch. Right back up the middle, an RBI single by Blair. That's going to plate Higgins. And that is the third Shamrock to cross home plate in the bottom half of the third inning.
It is not.
It is not?
It is not.
All right. I didn't give him one. I didn't think it could be.
Test the battery. Not much of an explanation here. Just says no.
Just says no. Okay. Well, that's good enough. That makes it official.
Yeah.
No soup for you.
Yeah. Still no outs here. One ball.
Yeah. Trying to dial in the crowd mic without blasting people away from their computers.
Yeah.
You know. 2-0. I never saw that ball. In pursuit is the left fielder toward the foul line. Catches it in fair territory.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 32, A.J. Arnold.
That's the first Shamrock out. And this bottom half of the third inning, and it'll bring up the right fielder, A.J. Arnold. Arnold flew out to left field back in the first inning.
I wonder if they steal a lot of bases.
I would think so.
Third runners keep them close over there.
Wow. Breaking ball is inside and tight, but nips the plate for a strike. Fastball right down the heart of the plate, flicked into right field. It's down, and a single for Arnold. That moves Blair into second base.
Batting the designated hitter, number 1.
There's now
Byerly.
Shamrocks on first and second with one out. For the junior designated hitter, Dylan Byerly. Byerly back in the second inning, grounded out to third base. Hit well, running in hard as the right fielder, but he pulls up on it. The ball drops. Back-to-back singles by Arnold and Byerly.
Shortstop, number 7, Clayton Melbauer.
And now with the bases full of Shamrocks, it'll bring up the shortstop, Clayton Melbauer. Melbauer struck out last inning.
Got a mound visit.
All right, well, we'll take a glimpse at the Division I baseball top 25. Occupying the number 1 spot is Oregon State, followed by the Louisville Cardinals. Behind them, it's the Horned Frogs from TCU. Followed by, in the 4th spot, Clemson, North Carolina, Texas Tech, Arizona, Cal State, Fullerton, LSU, and rounding out the top 10 is the Kentucky Wildcats. At 11 is Auburn, 12 is Florida, 13 Michigan. The Gamecocks from South Carolina in at 14, the Razorbacks from Arkansas at 15. Southern Miss at 16, Stanford at 17, followed by Oklahoma, Long Beach State, Virginia, Mississippi State, and the last 4 are St. John's at 22, Houston, Wake Forest, and San Diego at 25, Brandon. And I don't know about you, but it's really nice to see both of the local, well, both of the Kentucky teams, the major Kentucky teams, in the top 10. That doesn't happen all the time.
No, it does not.
At least not in
Louisville has
at least not in baseball.
No, Louisville has been a top team for the last several years. McDonald's pretty good coach, very good coach, I'd say.
Well, you know, I think he's paid pretty well for what he does, too.
Probably is. Compensation's probably very good.
All right, a quick reset. Bases are loaded. 1 out, and Clayton Melbauer at the plate.
0-2.
With a count of no balls and 2 strikes.
Way outside.
Wow, yeah.
Don't understand it.
Just a little bit too far off the plate.
As a hitter, I mean, if you see that, it's not even a question.
Fisted to the shortstop. They're going to get the lead runner at third. The run does score, yep.
2 strikes, I mean, putting it in play, gotta tip your hat.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 3, Jared Bryant.
Two outs for the second baseman, Jared Bryant. Jared flew out to left field last inning. The 9th batter to the plate for the Shamrocks in this bottom half of the third. 1-1.
Oh, I don't think he saw it.
Nope. Hit to the third base side of the shortstop. That's another RBI.
Well, that was on purpose or not, the runner was in his way
Yeah.
as far as vision-wise, so he didn't even react to it. At least I didn't see it.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 9, Noah Bauer.
That brings up the 10th batter of the inning for the Shamrocks. Noah Bauer actually started all this off about 20 or so minutes ago with a leadoff double and then scored off the bat of Ben Metzinger. Oh. And watches that first offering right down Main Street, strike one. Tied him up a little bit on the inside. 0-2. Breaking pitch foul.
In this situation, you just got to keep fouling pitches off until hopefully pitcher leaves one that you can handle and do something with.
Well, if you have control of the fastball, an elevated fastball right here. Oh. Which that was kind of it, but it was too tight. Both runners will advance on the pass ball. Now second and third and 2 outs. The 1-2 just flicks his bat out there, puts it in the air.
Oh, wow.
Is it going to find its way down? It does.
And 2 RBIs.
And 2 RBIs to boot.
That's 2 2-strike hits this inning? Or
yeah.
Not just 2-strike hits.
Now batting, the catcher, number 2, Ben Metzinger.
That does not look like coverage.
No. I don't think so.
Seven runs in for the Shamrocks, and I think we're going to have maybe a double switch.
He's limping a little bit.
All right, we're going to have a pitching change, and while the new hurler warms up, we're going to take a quick break. This is Tim Bryan and Brandon Bryan with you on the B&B Sports Broadcasting Network.
Let's face it, parents, your kid's gym bag stinks. Well, now there's Odor Gladiator. It's a patented, athlete-customized, high-performance deodorizer developed by parents for parents that battle stench in the most inhospitable of environments. That dank, dark, sports equipment bag. Odor Gladiator is the perfect solution for all athletes and their families. Odor Gladiator tackles the stank of equipment-intensive sports such as hockey, lacrosse, and football. Unlike those wimpy shoe balls, bags of sooty carbon and chemical sprays and detergents requiring constant reapplication, Odor Gladiator is a patented fire and forget solution that safely battles odor for 50 days or more. To find out more and to find out how to get your hands on Odor Gladiator, Check out our website at odorgladiator.com. That's odorgladiator.com.
PowerChalk is the world's largest online video coaching community. It lets individuals and companies build a coaching platform and deliver web lessons. PowerChalk is built around the ChalkTalk Telestrator, a slow-motion, freeze-frame, split-screen markup and voiceover tool. ChalkTalk is the only telestrator that requires no software installation. With PowerChalk, coaches can establish a page or a complete white label site. Players
for the Colts, number 27, Drew Smith.
All right, the new pitcher for the Colts, sophomore Drew Smith. Rechtenwald roughed up a little bit here in the third inning by the Shamrock hitters. 7 runs scored, 1 runner on base, 2 outs. And this is the top of the order catcher, Ben Metzinger. Wow. Pretty good late break on the pitch.
A little slider there. Maybe a mix-up on pitches?
Maybe. Or maybe picked up something from the runner on second base as far as relaying something. The 0-2 fastball in the dirt. The 2-2 from Smith is put right back where it came from, up the middle. It's going to sneak by Snyder in center field and make its way all the way to the wall. Scoring from second base is Bauer, and a mishandle on the relay. I don't know what the official scorer is going to say, but I say that was a triple and an error. Yeah, triple and a throwing error. Yeah, Snyder was in pursuit, but just not able to get to it. And the right fielder, I'm not saying he was tardy getting there, but it took him a little while on the back up.
Right center, more toward center field, so it took him a while to get there. Oh. 2 more runs in. You can always hear Ryan from the dugout. He's not the most quiet guy, that's for sure.
In the air, coming in hard is the left fielder, Dustin Hollingkamp, and that will graciously put an end to this third inning with a pop to Hollingkamp into left field. And there were 9 runs off of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits. 1 error, and nobody left on base. After 3 complete innings of play, it's now the Shamrocks 10 and the Colts 2. This is Louisville Area High School Baseball on the B&B Sports Broadcasting Network.
Framing Express, framing your award certificates, jerseys, and sports memorabilia. 5 locations in the Louisville area: 9810 Shelbyville Road, 1 block east of Hurstbourne Lane; 3910 Bardstown Road in Butyl; 291 North Hubbards Lane in the Woodlawn Shopping Center; 1741 Bardstown Road in the Highlands; and 2230 Holiday Manor in the Holiday Manor Shopping Center. For all your framing needs, framing what matters since 1973. Framing Express.
Are you looking for a unique, fresh Mexican, family-friendly, and casual dining experience? Then look to Salsarita's Fresh Cantina. 2 locations, one in St. Matthews on North Hubbards Lane right behind the McDonald's in the Woodlawn Center. In Middletown, 12915 Shelbyville Road in front of the Walmart Target. Stop by today and try one of their 3 saucy burritos, the quesarito, rancherito, or tamarito, and keep them in mind for your upcoming derby or graduation party because they do cater. Contact their Fiesta hotline. That is 356-9468, or you can contact Dave Spelker directly at 387-0929. Salsarita's Fresh Cantina.
All right, new pitcher for the Shamrocks is Nick Carroll. Carroll will be pitching to 6, 7, and 8. William Scheiss, Grant Thompson, and Alex Schneider. And a first pitch fly ball to right field. And 1 pitch, 1 out to start the 4th inning.
Pretty good start.
Now batting number 22, the right fielder, Grant Thompson.
3rd pitcher used for the Shamrocks. Brody Heil started the game. He was replaced by Price Adams. This is Nick Carroll. Carroll 10 1/3 innings pitched.
First pitch curveball, strike 1.
Has 7 strikeouts, 3 walks, has allowed 7 hits, and has a 2.71 ERA.
Second pitch curveball, strike 2. Their pitchers have really good tempo. I mean, I'm not surprised. Jack said very good pitching coach as well.
Out of play.
As a hitter too, you feel rushed when that happens. I mean, you want to have control when you're up there, and right when you step in the box, here comes the pitch.
There was a guy that pitched with you that turned out to be a pretty good pitcher in college, Tyler Steffen, who was the exact model of that. Ground ball to short, bounced over to first, and it's going to scoot away.
Good job of the catcher backing up first, holds him there. But
just waiting for hitter and error. They're going to give an E6. With 1 out and a man on first on a fielding error, that'll bring up the center fielder, Alex Schneider.
Alex Schneider.
Schneider grounded out to second in the 3rd inning, and the Shamrocks would like to see that again. It could be the beginning of a 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. Fastball a little bit low. This inning's action is brought to us by LaborWorks. LaborWorks customer lists include some of the biggest names in the business, from small and mid-sized businesses to Fortune 500 companies. Out of the zone again, 2-0.
He gets really on top of it.
LaborWorks can provide you with the labor you need. Although they specialize in industrial temporary labor, they service a broad spectrum of industries. You can catch them online at laborworksusa.com. Right back up the middle. A nice piece of hitting. Got a ball out over the plate and put it right back where it came from.
Yeah, these hitters right now, they can't look to win it with one swing. I mean, that's one thing. You got to get the next guy on and then the next guy. It's the only way that you're going to be able to get rid of that deficit.
Now standing in is the number 9 man for the Colts, 3rd baseman Gilly Simpson. Simpson walked and scored the last time up.
Ooh.
Starts him off with a hook. Men on first and second, one down. The 0-1 off the mark.
So that's the type of pitch where I would rather see 0-2. Ball that starts on the corner, heads off of the plate. Not a fastball 2 feet off the plate. You're really picky. That's bothering me for some reason.
Oh. Inside, but able to duck out of the way is Simpson. Is that 3-1?
3-1, yeah. Or can't tell.
I think
Suns
3-1. That one's going to get away and find its way all the way to the backstop. Evidently that was 2-1. Now it's 3-1 with men at third and first, or third and second with one out.
Oh.
And that one does get a piece of him.
I'll give him props for wearing that. Because it was 3-1. He could have easily moved out of the way and got to first anyway. But
now batting the second baseman, number 6, Mitch Soroman.
Well, that'll load the bases up for the Colts with one out and bring up the top of the order. Second baseman Mitch Soroman. Mitch is 0 for 1 with a walk and a ground out. And out comes Coach Littrell. You know, the old adage, when you're piecing it together, you call it Jack Holstaff.
Jack Holstaff,
But
yeah.
you could call it Jack's whole staff. You see where I went with that?
That's very good.
Yeah.
Yep, I see what you did there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Funny guy.
Well, you know, you got to kill time any way you can.
I agree with you.
All right, an excellent chance for the Colts to make their way back into this ball game. Bases loaded and one out for the number 1 man. Fastball blocked up. What do you think that conference was about right there? Getting the ground ball and getting out of the inning, or?
I'd say it's something mechanical.
Yeah.
Would be my guess.
Wow,
Oh,
that was a nice looking pitch. 2-0 must have been a little bit wide because it certainly was not high.
I'd venture to say he might be taking at least one.
Oh, you got it. Oh. All right. Trying to see how many walks Soroman has. Has 8 walks and 2 strikeouts, so he's got a pretty good eye at the plate.
Yeah.
Doesn't strike out much, puts the bat on the ball. Ooh. That was a nice pitch.
It was.
If he does put it in play, it's probably going to be a double play. Yeah.
He's throwing a lot of curveballs. I wouldn't.
Payoff pitch to Soroman. Fastball. It's a high chopper to third. They're coming home for the force. They get it, and that ball is launched into right field, and that's going to be 1 run in, and that's going to be 2 runs in.
had a tough feed from the third baseman there. It pulled him away from the plate. Hindsight's 20/20. Probably should have just held that ball there. Yeah.
Fielder's choice off the bat of Saroman on the error. So let's see. How am I going to do this? Okay. It was 5-2, and then E2
Now batting the
on the
shortstop,
throw to
number
first.
3, Alex Brothers.
And Schneider and Simpson score. Saroman makes his way all the way to third base. Standing in for the Colts is the shortstop, Alec Brothers. Alec looking for his first hit of the night. He struck out and reached on a fielding error in the third. Sometimes you work hard and you get yourself back in the game, and then sometimes your opponent helps you get back in the game.
Helps you a little bit. Yeah.
High chopper to third. Let's see if he shook off that last error.
There we go.
There we go. All right, give me just a second here. 1, 2, 3, 2 runs.
2 runs on 1 hit, 2 errors, and 1 left on base.
All right, that half inning totals for the Colts. There were 2 runs off 1 hit, 2 errors, and 1 man left on base. And I think one thing that was lost in that 1 hit, that was the first hit that the Trinity pitching staff had given up so far this game. So after 3.5 innings of play, it is the Shamrocks 10 and now the Colts 4. And it'll be Mike Blair, Brandon Fott, and A.J. Arnold when we return to the Shamrocks portion of the 4th inning. This is Louisville Area High School Baseball, and this is Tim Bryan and Brandon Bryan with you on the B&B Sports Broadcasting Network.
Optimus International is an association of more than 2,900 Optimus clubs around the world dedicated to bringing out the best in kids. Every year, Optimus conducts 65,000 service projects and serve well over 6 million young people. To find out more about the work of Optimus clubs and how you can support their mission and vision, visit optimus.org. This message provided by the Hikes Point Optimus Club, serving their community for over 50 years.
All right, welcome back to Thurman Hutchins. If you're joining us late, all right, this is how the scoring has gone. The Colts did not score in the first inning. Trinity put up 1. Neither team scored in the second. DeSales scored 2 in the top of the third. Trinity came back with 9 in the bottom of the third, and DeSales just scored 2 in the top of the fourth.
New center fielder.
All right. A new center fielder for DeSales.
Number 2.
All right.
Ryan O'Shea.
All right. New defensive replacement, number 2, Ryan O'Shea, now patrolling center field.
1-1 count.
Mike Blair leading the Shamrock portion of the 4th off.
Double.
Oh boy, you're just like your uncle. Around first and heading for second. So when your partner yells double or triple as soon as contact's made, you can't really build that up a whole lot.
He hit it well.
He did hit it well. Blair standing on second with a double.
27, Brandon Fott.
And that'll bring up Brandon Fott. I think at some point, if your job allows it, that you'll get involved in coaching.
I would like to. I don't know how.
Before you start having little ones.
Yeah. I'd like to. At least give lessons or something. Would be nice.
That breeze is glorious, by the way. There we go. Thought something was missing. 2-0. Checka Blair at second, coming home, and that ball is absolutely plastered over the left fielder's head, and it's going to leave the park right at the 375 mark. That's going to be a 2-run dong for Brandon Fott.
That was a line drive the entire way out of the park. That was very well struck.
Well, as your one-time batting coach said, when you hit the ball right, it has a different sound coming off the bat, and that sounded like a golf ball struck.
Sometimes harder to tell off of metal bats, but it absolutely had a chance off the bat.
Like I said, it totally had a different sound off the bat. A.J. Arnold, the batter, and that ball is struck well. Retreating as the new center fielder, not able to make the grab, and it hits the yellow tape in center field and around second and coming in to third. And I'm going to give him a triple on that, Brandon.
Yeah, anytime you run into the fence when you're going to catch a ball, that's a very tough play.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 1, Dylan Byerly.
The ball is just carrying.
Yeah, the thin air here in Louisville, I guess. No, I think these guys are putting a charge into it.
Yeah. Well, I'm not taking anything away from them. The ball, they're hitting it very, very well.
Jeez. Woo. If that one would have stayed fair, that would have been would have been gone by a few feet. This is the designated hitter, Dylan Byerly. Byerly 1 for 2, a ground out, a single, scored back in the third. Right back at the pitcher, knocked it down, stays with it.
Good play.
Yeah, nice play.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 7, Clayton Melbauer.
That'll leave Arnold at third and bring up Clayton Melbauer. Melbauer has been on once, reached on a fielder's choice, struck out his first time up. That's weird. We're picking up a lot of ambient noise from your headset for some reason. Off the mark, 2-0. Make sure you stick with us. Immediately following the game, we'll have a quick commercial break, but we'll come right back. We'll have our UPFC, our Usselton Painting and Fabrication Player of the Game. Sometimes we have more than one if we have a couple very good offensive performances, so make sure you tune in for that. Two-two. Ring him up. That's the first strikeout
batting, the second baseman,
by
3,
Shamrock hitter
Bryant.
One down and a man on third for the second baseman, Jared Bryant. Bryant 1 for 2. popped out his first time up, singled, had an RBI back in the third. And that ball is hit right on the line down third base. And that's another RBI. This one an RBI double for Bryant. And you made the point, or the comment, Brandon, when we were riding over here, you were looking at the stats and you said it looks like these guys hit through the order, and it sure does appear that these guys hit through the order.
9, Noah Bauer.
And it's not just one guy noticeably than the other. I mean, you've seen 1 through 9. I mean, all have power as far as.
Well, that too, but they're good hitters. We've seen several of these guys just put their bat out there in a pitcher's count and just flick the ball in the outfield to help out their team. It's like you said, you want to keep the train rolling and give it to the next guy.
2-strike hitting and hitting with power when up in the count.
Well, the last game they played PRP, I believe, and I told you that I read Connor Revel from Louisville Catholic Sports article, and Coach Arnold wasn't real happy after that game because he said his guys didn't compete, but they've certainly been competing, it looks like, and focused, during this game.
Yeah. A lot of locked in at bats, spoiling pitches and going down, using your legs to get to those low pitches. They've, at least to me, it seems like they've been competing very well.
Second check of the runner coming home, in on his hands and out of play.
Come on, 9. Fight up there.
3-2 or 2-2, Brandon?
I can't tell.
I think it's 3-2.
2-2, yeah. Very nice.
Hit through the 6-hole. Ball's bobbled out in left field. One runner's going to score, and coming in the second, the shortstop takes his eye off of the second baseman takes his eye off the ball coming in from the outfield and allows him to get into second base.
Another 2-2 at bat. Taking an off-speed pitch and hit through the 6-hole.
Now batting, the catcher, number 2, Ben Metzinger.
Top of the order once more for the Shamrocks, Ben Metzinger. That will plate the 14th run for the Shamrocks. 14-4 is now your score. Unintentional chin music.
See a big swing here.
Out of play. If you're a Colts fan listening to this broadcast, we're going to be at your field on Monday as you guys host the Manual Crimsons. That's a 6 p.m. start time. And then the next broadcast we'll be doing, it'll be the following week on April the 25th, we'll be at Male High School. And if you're a baseball fan and you can, this is one you're going to want to watch. It's St. Xavier Tigers visiting Male High School, the friendly confines of Bill Edwards Field at Male High School. Hope that wasp doesn't decide to come through the open
Now
window.
batting, the center fielder, number 10, Matt Higgins.
Metzinger works a walk, and this is the 9th hitter to the plate for the Shamrocks.
Ooh.
Straightaway center field. That's hit a ton, but it's way up in the air. Hits at the base of the wall. 1 run's going to score. 2 runs are going to score. And flying around second into third is Matthew Higgins. And boy, that was a nice swing.
Yeah. Took a low pitch and
almost golfed it out of the park.
A couple more feet towards us, and he wouldn't have had a triple. It would have been a ground roll double.
Yeah. Michael Blair.
Which is 16-4. A mound visit here by the Colts.
Can you see the bullpen from your vantage point?
Yeah, there's nobody there.
Nobody there? Okay. Well, the last 2 innings for the Shamrocks have been huge. 9 men plated in the third. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 here in the 4th. And in high school baseball rules, there is a run rule. It's 10 after 5. So the Colts are going to have some work to do when they come to bat in the top of the 5th inning. All right, Soroman is coming in from second base to pitch. All right, Brandon, any Trinity high school baseball memories that stand out from the years that you played here?
Well, I guess the best one would be we played Ballard in the regional final, and if I remember correctly, it was double play ball or hit, toss to the second or shortstop, I don't remember, and I ended up scoring off of an error, and that was the go-ahead run, and we won the regional.
Oh yeah, okay. And then you went to
Lexington.
Went to Legends Ballpark there.
Yeah, for the state. We lost the first game.
Yeah, you had Corey Littrell on the mound, and he was
rain
cruising.
Delay.
A rain delay.
Now pitching for DeSales, number 6, Mitch Soronen. Moving to third base, number 27, Drew Smith.
Well,
Now
and
at second base,
I don't know if you
number
remember
5,
this or not,
Billy Simpson.
but you guys had men on first and second with no outs, and you had a hit and run, and they got a triple play in that inning. That's one of the few triple plays I'd seen.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a fun year.
Yeah. All right, Blair's your batter. The new pitcher, Mitch Soroman.
Quickly 1-1.
Blair's having a night. A triple, a double, a single, just a home run away from the cycle. And a nice cut there. 1-2. Had an RBI single in the third, doubled and scored in the earlier this inning. Actually, he started off this inning. And then a triple and was left stranded at third in the first. So he's been swinging the bat well. Oh man,
wow.
In the air, and it's deep, but it looks like it's gonna, oh! Doesn't matter. If he caught it and leaves the field of play, it's a home run, isn't it?
Wow.
For the Rocks in the fourth, it was 6 runs on 6 hits, no errors, and 1 left on.
Well, that was interesting. The ball was hit well. It was up in the air. A great play made by the new center fielder, Ryan O'Shea.
It's not his call anyway. It's the.
No, it is the home plate umpire.
Is it?
Yeah, it is his call. I mean, I don't think Rick's going to argue it too vehemently with the score as it stands. But all right, well, let me give you the half-inning totals.
That was for the
1,
cycle.
2,
I think
3,
that's why he went
4,
out there
5,
and said something
6,
anyway.
yeah.
But man,
6 runs off of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. There was 1 error, and there was 1 man left on base. After 4 complete innings of play, it's the Shamrocks 16 and the Colts 14. And it looks like it's going to be Drew Smith, Sam Newkirk, and Dustin Hollenkamp. That's 3, 4, and 5 for the Colts as we start the top of the 5th inning. And Nick Cecil is going to be back out on the bump for the Shamrocks, trying to close this one out.
that catch was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous. I mean, you're not really going to be able to see it on the feed up close. Maybe I can go home and enhance it.
Yeah.
But it was an amazing catch, but I always thought if the ball left the field of play, but I guess that's not it. Because
we can go to technology on this one again.
Okay. What's it going to say? No.
It's probably going to be another short answer.
Yeah, that didn't bode too well for us last time. You get an idea of how big of a fella Coach Arnold is. Look at him standing out there with the 2 umpires.
He's a big
and
guy.
Coach Cataldo, yeah.
All right, it says, if an outfielder catches a home run ball and then falls over the fence, it's an out, but any runners advance 1 base.
Okay.
Each runner other than the batter may, without liability to be put out, advance 1 base. Fielder catching after a fly ball falls into a bench or stand, or falls across ropes in the crowd when spectators are on the field. So it is now.
But it was the 3rd out, so
yeah,
that was that.
Yeah.
All right. Live and learn.
These changes for the Rocks. Now in left field, Douglas Stow. Now at first base, Nick Parrish. At second base, Max Medley. And at shortstop, Matt Ramser.
That was a good catch.
It was.
I hope that shows up well.
But he did the right thing. I mean, he immediately
he kept
dropped
his
step.
hand above the fence the whole time too. That was, I think, the big thing.
Drop, step, and run, and that was sweet.
And the top of the 5th.
Has the
leading
fence
off
always
for
been
the
that
Colts,
short here?
It seemed like it was a lot
27,
longer.
Drew Smith.
No, I mean height-wise.
height-wise. I don't know.
he hit it and then he flipped over.
Yeah.
So I guess this is a waist-high fence.
Yeah. All right, the Colts need to plate some runners this inning to keep the game going. Drew Smith's the batter. 0 for 1, a strikeout and a walk.
Now he's going to close the zone.
Ball 2.
Even last inning when he was pitching, he seemed like he had more control over his curveball than he did of his fastball.
I believe it's 2-2. Here's the pitch, a fastball in on his hands. Pushed foul.
Pushed foul. could be trouble.
It could be in the air. We have the second baseman. It hits out there in the Bermuda Triangle between second center fielder and the right fielder.
Now batting, the catcher, number 9.
So Smith
Sam Newkirk.
starts the top of the 5th off with, I guess you could call that a single.
Yeah. Hit it where they ain't.
Hit it where they ain't, yeah. There's all kinds of great quotes in that movie. Newkirk 0 for 1, grounded out to the first baseman. Then he had a sac fly RBI in the 3rd. And just a little flare in the center field, and they're not doing a whole lot with it. Right field, they're not doing a whole lot with it, but getting on base nonetheless.
I had a hitting coach one time
Now batting, the left
where we
fielder,
were
number 8,
struggling to
Dustin Hollenkamp.
hit with the high average, and the goal was to hit 333, 1 for every 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I have the secret to hit 333. You guys want to know what it is? And this was kind of to lighten the mood because we were pretty stressed out. He goes, all you got to do is find green where they're not 1 out of every 3 times. And that was the secret right there.
Yeah, well, that's like, you know, how to be successful in business. Well, how's that? Well, first you get $1 million. And, you know,
Yeah.
it's just that first thing.
Yeah.
Is that your phone?
Doing what? I don't
Buzzing.
think so.
Buzzing. Okay, well.
He's money with that slider.
What's the difference between the rotation of a curveball and a slider?
Slider's more left to right. Curveball's more top to bottom. But I mean, there's all in betweens. There's different names for everything. But
Is it the slider that they say if you can pick it up early, it looks more like a dot when it's coming?
yeah. Slider's more start. If it has enough break to it, it starts at your hip or behind you. You know, pitchers are normally taught to throw that pitch at you, and then it, you know, breaks into the zone. Curveball's a little bit more difficult because you have less.
In the air to right field.
Runner not tagging.
And that was, in your opinion, properly played. His momentum was coming forward as he made the catch, ready to gun the guy down at home.
Yeah. And in those situations, you know, where the runner, they need that run.
Now batting,
but you don't want to end the inning.
Number 12, William
But if he was
Sharps.
to catch that on his back foot, I mean, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
He's not going to throw a 240-foot one-hop thrown off his back foot. It's just not going to happen.
Stepping in for the Colts is William Scheiss, the senior first baseman. 0 for 1 with a walk and a fly out to right field.
Oh, nice pitch.
Mixing it up, using his full arsenal.
Another thing, too, normally when you see sliders thrown more so than curveballs is because you're, you know, same arm slot, same batter, you know, righty-righty. You're not going to see a lot of sliders. More so you'd see change-ups if it was a righty to lefty. You never want that ball to be able to break back toward the hitter. That's why you'll see the lefties throwing more change-ups that way instead of the slider to the right-handed hitter.
Nice pitch there, in on his hands, able to foul it off. Comes back with the breaking pitch. Metzinger a little angry with himself not being able to hold on to that. Comes back again. One, two. Nice bit of hitting there.
Yep. Staying alive. That's the name of the game.
Right back to the pitcher. They're going to go to second for one, back to first for two, and that's going to do it. All right, no runs, no hits, no errors, one man left on base. We're going to come right back for a quick recap of the game, and then we're going to have our UPFC player of the game. We'll be back with you probably in about a minute or so. This is Tim Bryan and Brandon Bryan with you on the B&B Sports Broadcasting Network.
Circle K is known around the world for offering busy consumers a wide variety of quality products and services in a fast, friendly, and clean environment. For more than 50 years, Circle K has been one of North America's most popular and successful operators of convenience stores. Today, there are more than 3,300 Circle K stores across the U.S. and 35 here locally. Your neighborhood Circle K features an award-winning brand of premium Circle K coffee and Polar Pops. Circle K, fast, friendly service. Framing Express, framing your awards, certificates, jerseys, and sports memorabilia. 5 locations in the Louisville area: 9810 Shelbyville Road, 1 block east of Hurstbourne Lane, 3910 Bardstown Road in Mutual, 291 North Hubbards Lane in the Woodlawn Shopping Center, 1741 Bardstown Road in the Highlands, and 2230 Holiday Manor in the Holiday Manor Shopping Center. For all your framing needs, framing what matters since 1973. Framing Express. LDG develops, builds, renovates, and operates rental communities that serve the moderate-income individual. In the Louisville area, the woods of Glen Hill Manor and Valley Station, Overlook Terrace Apartments, off New Cut Road, and Whispering Woods Apartments in the Cane Run Road area. If you're looking for apartments in the Louisville area, contact LDG Development.
Let's face it, parents, your kid's gym bag stinks. Well, now there's Odor Gladiator. It's a patented, athlete-customized, high-performance deodorizer developed by parents for parents that battle stench in the most inhospitable of environments, that dank, dark sports equipment bag. Odor Gladiator is the perfect solution for all athletes and their families. Odor Gladiator tackles the stank of equipment-intensive sports such as hockey, lacrosse, and football. Unlike those wimpy shoe balls, bags of sooty carbon and chemical sprays and detergents requiring constant reapplication, Odor Gladiator is a patented fire-and-forget solution that safely battles odor for 50 days or more. To find out more and to find out how to get your hands on Odor Gladiator, check out our website at odorgladiator.com. That's odorgladiator.com.
All right, welcome back to Thurman Hutchins Field. The final score was the Shamrocks 16 and the DeSales Colts 4. Just a quick recap on the scoring. The Colts did not score in the first or second inning. The Trinity Shamrocks put up 1 run in the bottom of the first. The Colts were able to tack on 2 runs in the third. The Shamrocks did all their damage in 2 big innings. They had 9 runs in the third and 6 runs in the fourth, and then Nick Carroll was able to close the game out for the Shamrocks there. 3 pitchers for the Shamrocks, 3 pitchers for the DeSales Colts, and as promised, we're going to give you the UPFC, the Usselton Painting and Fabrication players of the game. Brandon?
So the players of the game will be, we have Mike Blair there, was about 2 feet away from hitting the cycle, but he had a single double and a triple. How many RBIs did he have there?
He had just 1 RBI.
Just the 1 RBI, and then we're going to go with, we had Noah Bauer here with 2 doubles and a single with 2 RBIs, and then we're going to go with, as Tim said, Mr. Jack Littrell, the pitching Colts whole staff. Through 5 innings of play, they stranded 3 hits.
All right.
So very nice effort from both sides, hitting and pitching.
All right, and this is the first time I've been able to see the Shamrocks play this year. I've seen the Colts play a few times, but I understand now why the Shamrocks are now 14-3 and 2, and it just kills me in baseball to say ties. But evidently, you're playing in a tournament, and the games are timed. You tied after the end of the time limit, and it comes out as a tie.
That shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah. Well, when you have 19 games played on a field in one day, you can't play extra inning games. You're going to be there till 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
We've done that before.
Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, they're actually trying a new rule for minor league ball. Or at least they were talking about it to shorten extra inning games. They want to get rid of the 13, 14, 17 extra inning games by starting a runner on second.
Yeah.
Did they implement that this year?
I don't know if they've done that for sure. That was the talk. I know they did implement the just put the guy on on first base
no
with
more
the with the
throwing
walk
4 pitches. They just signal and they go to first. Yeah.
All right, Brandon. Well, I tell you what, buddy, I appreciate it. I'm glad you were able to do this one with me today.
Very welcome.
It's always a fun time when you and I sit down here and we're able to talk about about baseball for a couple hours.
No problem. Glad to be here.
All right, well, a couple upcoming broadcasts. As I said earlier, we're going to be at DeSales High School on Monday as they face the Manual Crimsons. That's a 6 p.m. start time. Then we'll be at Mel High School on the 25th. They'll be hosting the St. Xavier Tigers. And then we will be at DeSales High School once again as they play Meade County on May the 1st. I'd like to thank our sponsors, LDG Development, Saucerita's Fresh Cantina, UPFC, that's Usselton Painting and Fabrication Company, Livesportscaster.com, and LouisvilleHighSchoolBaseball.com. Once again, I'd like to thank my partner today, Brandon. And one last time, I'm going to say so long from Thurman Hutchins, the home of Trinity Baseball. Our final score, the Shamrocks 16, the DeSales Colts 4. My name's Tim Bryan. I've been your host. Make it a great day.